Hey, welcome back to the homestead. So today I'm going to be adjusting the pH in the soil over at the Blueberries, but before we check that out, we're over here in the orchard, and a lot of trees are starting to break bud and bloom, so I wanted to show you guys that real quick because it's really a beautiful sight to see. So first over here, this is the Santa Barbara peach, and just super beautiful pinkish purple flowers. This one broke a while back. This is one of the first ones to break. Then we got the mid pride is just starting to blossom over here. So that one's real pretty too. And then let's go over to the cherries real quick. So the Royal Mini over here, it's just starting to, this one had a few flowers right here, but they're gone now, and this is just starting to get its growth coming out, so that's really cool. And then this is the Mini Lee, so some cool little white flowers on there, and just starting to break some growth out, so that's awesome. We'll loop over here, and you guys already saw this one, but I just will show it again because it's just so pretty. This is the Dorset golden apple, or the golden Dorset apple. And yeah, this one's been awake the longest out of everything here. And then here's that Flavor Delight Aprium. So this was the one I took just straight up to a stick, and it's already coming out and getting really nice growth. So never be afraid of pruning. Pruning is critical. And then here's the all-in-one almond tree. Not much going on here, no bloom or anything, but it is coming out of dormancy with a little bit of green growth there and down here as well. And then we got the, this would be Arctic Star White Nectarine. So this is a beautiful bloom here. Just look at that. I love it. It's so fun to look at. So fun to have in your yard to see each day. I was talking to a friend of mine on the other day, and he's a farmer, and I was just talking to him about how the orchard's just one of my favorite places to be, just anywhere really. It's just so nice to come out here and just see what's going on with these trees and just spend time out here relaxing. And then the last one here that's starting to wake up is the Desert Delight Nectarine. This is, in my view, beautiful here because I love how there's a bloom on it with beautiful blossoms. And then there's green growth coming up as well, so it's really cool to see that contrast. It's just a great sign of life in the garden, fertility, and it just makes me really happy to look at it. So I just thought I'd share that with you guys. Encourage you to get your orchard going if you haven't yet. So let's go check out the blueberries now. I'll see you over there. Alright, so we're down here in the blueberry zone, and got a couple of different things, but before we get into these procedures here, just want to show you the state of these plants. They have not thrived at all since they've been here. They have put off some berries, but this plant is about 10 inches tall. So look at my hand next to it. It's very small and it's not happy. And see this dark red? Most of these have dark red leaves, which is a sign of, I believe it's chlorosis, which means that it's not getting its nutrient uptake. This one just had a horrible time, but it's actually coming off with green growth, which is kind of cool. I snipped back a lot of the old, sorry looking shoots, and now it's getting some fresh green growth, so that's actually kind of nice. This one over here did also have a lot of that kind of chlorosis type of looking stuff, but it has some fresh growth here, and this shoot going up is nice, but overall this thing's not happy. It's 12 to 16 inches tall. And then over here it's got some green growth, some of the darker stuff, so I don't know, not great, but it's probably the best of all of these. And then the last one here, this one's putting off berries right now, so at least we'll get something to eat, but overall not doing that good. It's actually kind of started leaning over. So anyways, all of these have not done great, and as we all know, blueberries love acidic soil. So I've got my meters here, and we are reading just under 8 on both of these. So I just happen to have 2, but I want, you know, if one of them's not accurate, the other one will be. But yeah, these are both telling me the same thing. We're just under 8, so that's pretty alkaline. So we want to get it down to, you know, 6, 6.5 or so. So that's where this comes in. I've got this from EB Stone, soil sulfur, and this helps lower it naturally. Sulfur is acidic, and you can use this a bunch of different ways. I just picked it up from my local nursery. Friendly reminder, always try and support your local nursery when possible instead of going to Home Depot or somewhere. Let's support those guys and keep them in business. But yeah, you can use this before you plant, which I should have done, or you can do it after you plant to make adjustments. So here's all the info. But anyways, what I'm gonna do is basically just sprinkle some over. It doesn't really say exactly how much to use just for, you know, an individual berry bush, whatever. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put a light top dressing and kind of work it in and then water it in, and we'll check it later in a few months because it takes a few months to fully adjust the pH. Alright, so I worked that sulfur into the soil, and I went ahead and top dressed all of them with a little bit of peat moss I had laying around. So peat moss runs a little on the acidic side, so it should help. And I should have done this sooner with adding the sulfur, but just never really got around to it. When I planted these, I did mix the peat moss in with it, and that's what a lot of people said, that just doing that would be enough. But yeah, these have not been doing good basically from the start, so I should have done this much sooner. But anyways, we're doing it now, and hopefully it'll help as we get into spring. Hopefully get some new growth here. So as I was watering this one and just working in the soil, actually lost some of the growth, some of the green leaves that were on here. It's so weak. So I'm actually gonna just cut this thing back even more, and then we're gonna see if we can get this thing to kind of recover. And we'll see if this thing shoots off new vigorous growth, and if not, we'll just probably get rid of it and find one of the other varieties that's doing better. So that's all we got for now. We got these 2 pruned back. Hopefully this thing will send out some vigorous growth now. Alright, so that's it. That was real easy. Didn't take long at all. If you're planting these, I would recommend just adding the sulfur right at the beginning, right when you plant, and just try and get that pH down there from to a lower, you know, acidity right off the bat, so you don't have to go back after the fact. But yeah, we'll check it back in another month or 2 and see if it worked. So make sure to subscribe to the channel so you can follow along. I will link the 2 videos together, or if we do more on this acidity, I will link them together. So yeah, subscribe, give us a big thumbs up, and thanks for stopping by. We'll see you on the next one.